Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do a braidless sewing. So we're going to sew in these bundles without braiding her hair. No braiding whatsoever. So this is the extensions with her hair and no braiding. So if you don't know how to braid for your sewings, you can stitch bundles in without braiding your hair. And this is the result, okay? So it's very possible. So we're going to be using hair from Curlsqueen, and I'm going to be using their kinky straight hair. 2 bundles of 20 inches, and that's what we're going to use today for the braidless install. Alright, so I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this braidless sewing. First, I'm going to show you the wrong way to do it, but what I'm doing right now is doing the leave out middle part and leaving hair out around the perimeter. Alright, so the wrong way, first you make a part, okay? And I'm just parting across, okay? Because we're not braiding, so we're just going to just part across, and we're gonna grab a rubber band, okay? And you're just gonna hold that part with a rubber band like this, okay? And this is really just to give you, to hold the hair together, okay, so you're able to stitch it, but still this way it's not gonna last. So I place the bundles on top like that, just measure the length, and then we're just gonna start stitching, okay? So you're gonna start stitching in this direction, kind of going in a slanted way, so that way you can use the needle to kind of pinch some hair to be able to stitch the bundles in, okay? So this way that I'm doing it right now, you could do it like this, but it's not going to last as long as the second way I'm going to show you after this. You're going to see why. So after stitching the bundles in, I'm gonna you can kind of like push the stitch you just made tighter, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like you're gonna see me like kind of pushing it down. That's to like push the thread up close to her scalp even more. But yeah, so one thing about this way is as soon as you cut that rubber band off, okay, which we have to cut it off because we can't leave it in, the track is gonna be kind of loose. As you can see that I'm pulling it, is kind of like loose, so we want to avoid that looseness because it could easily come undone. So I'm gonna fix this one again, but let me show you the right way to do it so it can actually stay without trying to come out from what you just did. So let's make a part, and now we have our parts. I'm going to grab some got2b gel. So you're going to use a hold gel, and this gel is just going to give it some grip, okay? So you're gonna put some gel, or you can even use some hold spray. The whole point is put it on the roots because that's where you're stitching in with the thread. So you're going to put the gel, and you're just going to blow dry the hair a little bit until it gets like tacky. And yeah, so I'm going to hold it with the rubber band now, and then I'm going to kind of blow dry it until it gets tacky, and then we'll start to stitch the bundles. and this is going to give it some hold. And when we're done stitching the bundles, we're going to compare this one with the first one that we did, and you will see what I mean. Alright, so now let's check it. So the gel is not completely dried. I would recommend allowing it to get completely dry, but as you can see, as I'm pulling it, there's more hold than the first one. The first one is much looser because there's no gel, and yeah, you don't want that. So yeah, so basically use some gel, and you can, after putting the gel, you can spray some, if you want some Got2b spray or any hold spray. And yeah, so what I'm doing now is just, I'm going to pre-part everything, and then I'm going to put the gel and just allow the gel to start to air dry on their own. You can also pre-part, put the gel, and have your client or your model to sit in a dryer until, you know, it gets a little bit tacky, and then you start to stitch. Alright, so now that I'm in the middle of her head, I am doubling the tracks. So you can actually double the tracks like you would with a braided sewing. So yeah, I'm doubling the tracks. And another thing you could do to even make this extra secure is to double stitch, which I'm going to do at the very top. But you could do your first stitch going around and then come back and re-stitch again to give it an even more hold and just keep it in place even more. But with the gel, I think you're fine. If you want to hold it even more, you could just put some got2b spray as you're done with the stitching, and then have your clients sit in the dryer when you're done with everything to make sure it's nice and dry and secure. Alright, so I'm at the very top now, and I'm just using one. I didn't double the tracks here, so just using one, and I'm going to re-stitch again this very top, just because it's the top and that's where she's going to be touching, and that's where she's going to be brushing down most of the time, and to just avoid the tracks from getting loose. So yeah, just to give it extra security, just go ahead and double stitch. I'm also using a cotton thread, so that's the texture of the thread that I'm using, and the texture is cotton, so it works with the got2b gel. The got2b gel holds the cotton thread really well. I know there are other types of thread like the nylon. I don't know how that's gonna hold if you're to use the got2b gel or hold spray. So yeah, I'm just using cotton thread. But yeah, you could try whatever thread you want to use, whatever thread is comfortable for you, and see if it works. But yeah, this is what I'm just doing, and it works. So we're done stitching now, and I'm just going to go back and start to remove all the rubber bands and just blow dry it a little bit more. And yeah, so I'm just doing this manually because I don't have a hood dryer. But if you have a hood dryer, just have your clients or your models sitting there for a few minutes until it's nice and dry. And yeah, so take out the rubber bands, and I'll start to just blow out the hair with my blowout brush and my Cantu silk oil serum, just to give it some sheen. And then yeah, so just keep on watching. yes guys, I really like this braidless sewing. Like, I don't feel any bumps or any, I don't know, lumps. The tracks is nice and flat inside, and I could just hold the hair nicely into a ponytail, as you can see. And I also like the texture of the kinky straight, so it's more like a soft kinky straight. If you don't know, there are different types of kinky straights, okay? There's like coarser textures of kinky straights. There is like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it depends on the company. But with Curlsqueen, theirs is more like a softer kinky straight texture, and it actually blends with her hair really nicely. And the kinks are easy to blow out and blend with her natural hair. So yeah, so I really like it. And my sister-in-law loves it too. Well, this is my sister-in-law, you guys, okay? And yeah, she actually really likes the hair, and she was feeling herself the whole time. She couldn't just stop smiling. She really loved it, and I loved it too. So make sure you check out Curlsqueen, okay? I'm gonna leave the link to this here in the description, and try out this technique and let me know what you guys think about it. And I love that it just looks like her hair. Oh my gosh, like, it's so good. Like, the hair is just so flowy and just like, what, it just looks like her hair. Like, can you tell that this is not her hair? Okay. Anyways, I really like it. Like, I think it's super natural and just like blends perfectly, as you can see. So yeah, hit the like button guys, subscribe, and I will see you next time.